This tired old guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're okay now. Yeah, so let's start from page 573, the fifth line down. V'yesh makom l'shoel lishol. I believe that's
Yeah.
what we're up to. V'yesh makom l'shoel lishol. Madua lo nizkra kviya shnei yomim b'sfarim shechubru achar hagolos? It's a good question. Why is that fixing or acceptance of 2 days not mentioned in the Sfarim, which were written down early after the Golus? Teshuvah hi. So the answer is as following: Meireshisa Golus Yamar Belachto. From the beginning of Golus, the people were sinning a great deal. V'isragesh aleim roges gadol. And evidently there was great anger on them from Shemayim. B'shum kaki banu al atzmeinu, and that's what it says by ourselves, Lomar, Ibnei chato'enu galinu me'artzenu. Because of our ongoing sins, not our original sins. Because of our ongoing sins, we are golus from our land. V'alkein, lo nizkar lohem, therefore the Yom Tov Sheni was not mentioned. Kishem shlo nizkar tzomos v'abechia v'hespeit shekavu. It mentions that it doesn't mention the all the things which they did in Golus as a result of their travails, which are the fasts and the crying and the eulogies. So they didn't mention in general things. These all big chidushim. So in Ezra Nehemiah, they didn't mention in general all the things they did wrong in the Golus. Just generically, they mentioned, well, do I still keep the tzomos and the b'chia, which we had back then? And they mentioned also the besides the generic fast, the major fast which you mentioned here, footnote 127. I have chamishi, kitzam, etc. So there are some chamishi, revi, shvi. So they mentioned the tzomos and the umaisa gedai ben achikam, tzom gedaya vanashov, umaaseyim amugrim acherim, and their other degrading deeds. I guess in an overview. In other words, they didn't mention any specifics. The truth is, I think what he's saying is somewhat different, even though I don't see it in the word so much. But the tzomos that they asked about keeping, about continuing to keep, were tzomos which had to do with churban bayis rishon. And then all the things which they did in the 70 years of Golus were kind of swept under the carpet. Even though the author of the Teshuvah says they had many travails and had to accept themselves many penances. Kasher kavu yimei Purim, so one thing they kept from the Golus is Purim. But son, in the tragedy, Shabo Yuchazdi Hashem Aleim Domim, in which the Chaz Sodim of Hashem, which he performed for them, were domim, a similar Chasadobi Yitzias Mitzrayim. So Chasadim he performed way back then. V'nichtav b'Megillah shenemar Baruch HaKodesh, as written in the Megillah, which was written Baruch HaKodesh. Yizkar Michodash b'Sefer Ezra. And in the it's mentioned in passing, I guess, in Sefer Ezra, but Divrei HaKosov, uva Malchus Achashverosh b'tchilas Malchuso Kosvu Sitna. In the beginning, the Malchus of Achashverosh, at the beginning of his reign, they wrote there was a plot which went against the Jews. So if you take a look here on 132 in the footnote, Ezra Daled Vav, Yichus HaSitna Shebakosov Zimosa Shel Haman. The linkage of this plot, which is mentioned in the Ezra, to the plot of Haman, to Emes Amur B'Seder Olam, is dovetails with that which it says Seder Olam. V'Saluas HaSeres B'nei Haman, Asher Kosvu Sitna Al Yoshvei Yehuda V'Yerushalayim. Okay, so I'm not sure it just mentioned Yoshvei Yehuda V'Yerushalayim and not the rest of the Persian Empire. But in any event, what the author is trying to say is that the only stuff that got mentioned in Ezra Nehemiah is the stuff which had to do with Churban Bayis Rishon and Purim, somewhat obliquely, were mentioned, but nothing else was mentioned about what they did in the Golus. Vakvia Tuara b'Divrei HaKosov, and the more elaborate discussion of where Purim was embedded is was fixed is mentioned, of course, in the Megillah. Bayom asher sibru ve'Yehudim lishlop b'hem nafochu asher yishlotu Yehudim heim b'sonim. Ve'yakos kimu v'kiblu Yehudim aleim v'alsaron b'gomer. Mamar Esther came livrei apurim ha'el v'chta b'sefer. Umiktzas we said here Rabbeinu Sadigon zal bepiuto. Well, if this author, I should say, quotes Reb Sadigon, obviously he is not Reb Sadigon. And okay, so it was after the time Reb Sadigon. It says, Pur shav al mapilo lahasimo meu. So this is I don't know if this period is extant or not. Extant. What does it say here in the footnote? Sham. That's what it says. Kino for the Slicha for Tanis Esabat. It doesn't ring a bell. We say it. I don't remember it. Okay, but I guess it's one written by Besadigon and either made the cut and didn't make the cut. So again, Pur Shav al Mapilo Latimeu. The lot fell back on he who cast it to eradicate him. So Luv Magard Solvo al Kidimo, the one who was supposed to be hung, Mordechai, brought the hanging on Haman, who imagined that he would bring it to Mordechai. Katzve Eretz Hania Kniflos Nitzmachu, ends of the land. Have you ever seen wonders as those which you were brought out for me? Look, all you nations, and be astounded. Okay. So, Basher Rava Zal. Rava. What's Rava coming here? If you have Bavli, it seems like he fasted 2 days on Yom Kippur. To Amish the Malatz Moshut Sam B'Kippur Yomayim. Somebody made a mistake and says that's Yom Kippur. Rak Achmir Navshe Mesa Tanisa B'Tisha B'Av Trei Yomei. Not sure why that makes it better, but he made a 2-day fast on Tisha B'Av. For Bi'er Talmud Azeh. So he says here, it's not in the Gemara itself. It brings down to Rav 47 that it's Rav Haigon who says that it was Tainus Esther. Okay, I'm not sure why that makes a difference. Not Tainus Esther, Tisha B'Av. Not sure it makes a difference for us, but anyway, for Hashem yiftach l'cha sharei chachma uvina. Hashem should open for you the sources of bina, chachma, and bina, and that is the end of the formal Teshuvah. So let's see. Now we'll go on to his discussion here, and this number he brings down immediately the Yushalmi in Erevin Per Gimel Halacha Ches, and this Yushalmi he has, I guess he changed a bit based on the Ksav Yad from the Genizah, but Lamaisa, this Yushalmi it parallels. It's not precisely the same. It parallels the author of this Teshuvah. Okay, it says Rava. It's Rava Rabbi Chia. It's not really Rava. It's Rabbi Ba. Rabbi Chia b'shem Rabbi Yochanan. B'nei imi nicha rubi. The sons of my mother, they snorted against me. So muni notei sakramim. They made me watch their vineyards. Kami shali lo natarti. I did not watch my vineyards. Mi goram lios nioteres sakramim. Who caused me to watch the vineyards? Al shem kamisha lo natarti, because I didn't watch my own vineyard. Miga ram li lios, who caused me to be mishameresh ne yamim b'shuraya or b'surya, who caused me to have to keep 2 days of Yom Tov and chutz la'aretz. Al shelo shimarti yom echad ba'aretz, because I didn't keep 1 day in Eretz Yisrael. So Svurua hey say. What does it mean? Why is it punishment? Sheni mekabel schar al shnayim, ve'eni kabel schar al echad. Even though I keep 2 days, I only get a reward for 1 day. In other words, it's as if my 2 days in Chutz La'aretz equal 1 day in Eretz Yisrael. Okay, so Why do I say it's parallel? In the sense that it's nothing to do with the luach, right? It's different than our tshuva because our tshuva says because they wanted to. It was kind of like a nedava that they gave to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in lieu of the Aliyah L'Regel, and this one says that it is it's a punishment because they didn't keep Yom Tov Rishon properly in Eretz Yisrael. But the same idea, these are not based on the luach; they're based on other cheshbonos for why we keep Yom Tov Sheni. Okay. He brings down here now another version. Continuing on. Okay.
Continuing in the next or one of the footnotes?
What?
Are you continuing in the main?
No, I'm continuing manuscript, but the first two lines seem to be a repeat. Although I don't think more. Why should he repeat them again? But maybe I don't know. Since he's doing it out of manuscript, maybe it's messed. I'm going to take out a Gemara Erevin, and I'm just going to look it up inside instead of relying on him.
Okay, which stuff?
It is Chavav Amanov. It's actually Per Gimel Halacha Tes.
Okay.
So Rabbi Ba, Rabbi Chia B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan. It's 3, 6, 9, 10 lines to the bottom.
Yeah. B'nai Imi, okay.
Okay, and here it says in the Masor Shatz there's also a medrash of Shir and Shira Shirim and a psik to the Rav Kahana. Okay, so this is a few places. Rabbi Chia B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan. B'nai Imi noch nicharu bi v'gomer. Mi goram liyos noteres hakramim. Who caused me to watch the vineyards? Al Shem Karmi Shalom Tati. Mi goram liyos b'shamer shnei yomim b'Surya. Al shelo shamarti yom echad ba'aretz. Okay. Svura yisi shtanim kabel schar l'shnayim. I thought I was going to get rewarded for 2 days. Ve'en kabel elala schar lachas. I only get one schar. Mi goram li lafri shtei chalos b'chud Surya. Who caused me to take up 2 chalos in Surya? Because in Surya they took off 1 challah which went to the fire and another challah which went to the Kohen. So who caused me to do that? Same idea. Savru ha'isi mishani mekabeles schar shtayim ve'eni kabeles schar el alachas. Right? I only get a schar on 1, and then Rabbi Yochanan Aleo, Rabbi said about them, I guess Bnei Chutz La'aretz, v'gam ani asarta lem chukim lo tovim. They gave them laws which are not good. It says here in Pnei Moshe, chukim sho sifu aleim lo tovim em mekabel schar hazeh. Right? They had a chukim, and too bad they didn't get schar on for their additional for adding on anything additional. Right, because they needed 2 days to atone for the 1 day. They needed 2 challahs to make up for the 1 challah in Eretz Yisrael. Okay, Rabbi Abo Az Alexandra Vatinu Lulavim B'Shubsa. They would take they took Lulavim in Alexandria on the first day of Sukkot, which is the rice or any place in the world, and they did it on the first day of Shabbos, right? So we hold, according to the Bavli, that there's the takana, not to take lulav first day, according to which is in the name of Rava. I forget if it's Rabba or Rava, one of the two. That it's because Shema Yolichenu Arba Amas Yishus Rabim. Right? My carriage Arba Amas Yishus Rabim. The Yerushalmi does not have that. And therefore, any place where there's an issue of a takana like that, such as not blowing shofar on Shabbos or Rosh Hashanah, not carrying lulav on Shabbos or Rosh Hashanah, the Yerushalmi has to come up with a different reason. Okay? So the Yerushalmi says here, Shama Rabbi Maim Shama Rabbi Maimar. So it should be Shama Rabbi Omar, something to that effect. Rabbi heard this said, Min me Yecholahon, who's going to go, let's see, Pnei Moshe. Kamash Shama Rabbi Lezeh Omar, Min Mikibel Rabbi Vokach. Where did Rabbi get this idea? Yochel Rabbi Vokach, Shatli Chol Rabbi Vokach, and he goes some kach b'chol shana v'shana. Kshiuchel Rishon b'Shabbos. Ma'atzah Shosab Hamachashi Ra Shabbat Etzlam. This is not something which was customary by them. Why do you all of a sudden bring it to them this one time when he came to visit them? Now, as the Carbonator is a very different reason interpretation here. He says, "Shomer Rabbi Lech Etzlam Yodiyim B'Tmiyah." Became the Lo B'Chol Sheichlim Le'Dam Masai Ikva Rosh Hashanah, since they can't know every year when Rosh Hashanah is going to be. Even when they know definitively which day was Rosh Hashanah, nevertheless they shouldn't care. They take the lulav on Shabbos because it's a suffix. Maybe the Shabbos is really Friday, right? Friday or Sunday. Sunday. Maybe Shabbos. Maybe Yom Tov was really Sunday, not Shabbos. Maybe Yom Tov was really Sunday. In other words, because there are going to be some years in which they're not going to know whether Yom Tov was one day or the next day, because the shluchim are not going to get there in time. Even when they know, even the shluchim are going to get there in time, they still should keep 2 days.
Okay.
So now, Rabbi Yossi Mishlach Ksiv Lahon, Rabbi Yossi sent a letter to them, it seems. Even though they wrote down for you the arrangements of the holidays, don't change the minhag of your forefathers, which is to keep 2 days. So here we see that even though the initial introduction of Yom Tov Sheni might have had to do with a penalty or with a nidava, nevertheless, when once the law was determined, they had to say that despite the fact that it was determined, you keep doing what you're doing for whatever reason, right? It could be that because the Gemara says here, like Pnei Moshe, the Carbonator said, because Yakshir Davel Kilkulo, right? It's going to go back to what it was before. But it could also be that it's ambiguous. It could be that they obviously will see their most. The reason why you're doing it, either because of the Teshuvah's reason or because of Yerushalmi's reason, is a good reason to keep on doing it now as well.
Even though we have the Luach, because you guys in Chutz La'aretz, we're going to continue to penalize you for living in Chutz La'aretz?
Yes.
Okay.
So you see, on page 577, after when he picks up after the when the what was this again? What's the guy's name? Mr. Friedman. Yes, Mordechai Akiva Friedman. When Mr. Rabbi Friedman picks up again after the end of the Yerushalmi, so he says basically what we just said. For Yerushalmi, Achar Pirsum Luach, according to Yerushalmi, after the Luach was in fact published, B'chutz La'aretz, Shalach Rabbi Yossi sent to them. Sofi Ude Alexandria and Yizkarim, maybe it's the Jews of Alexandria, imagine. Sofi Ude Gola Stam, or maybe generically the entire Gola. Kasa Baraba Al Tushana Minag Avol Seichem Nochi Nefesh. Don't change the minhag. Einei Yerushalmi Mevaris Tama Shalora Libok B'Shmiras Yom Tov Sheni. Right? Of course, the reason is not given. Right? It says here in footnote 161, the commentators and the academics, they both agree to keep up the 2 days. I don't know what else would it mean. But Efshet Mochas Shitasim Girsa Kohanim Shagorsu Lashon Zuba Bavli. Confurish Lamas, we shall see. We don't have his Girsa and Bavli, but evidently the Kohanim did. He says, Biur Shostern, I guess this is the alternative shot. Shoroi so lidvok b'minok shaloi tol yolula b'Shabbos. Lo nireli. That was a limited statement. Doki b'luv on Shabbos. That doesn't seem to be the pshat. Domer Shlono says that Div Rabbi Yochanan Oskim Yom Tov Sheni. It's possible he didn't think as far back. He had amnesia of the beginning of the sugya where it's talking about Rabbi Yochanan's reason to keep Yom Tov Sheni. Okay. Let's go back to the text. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how raw al tashanu minig avosechem bob yusham b'mokom acher. This directive. Don't change me. Your forefathers comes in another place. Keshuvim shabos no guam iser. Such as lasos avoda ba'atzei shitim. I'm not familiar with what that is, or to use sycamore wood, or maybe on Yom Tov Sheni, on Cholamoid. I know it is. Livrash Yom Tov Yamagoda means not to go on a sailing on Erev Shabbos. Shabbanim bikshulim after which the children asked to be matir. So they were told, we're not going to be matir for you. Okay. Osa shita ba baros Rabbi Yossi Yom Tov Sheni. And it seems a similar idea here, which it does seem. Or maybe it's because Taka is afraid that Yachzor David Kukulo and that they won't know when Yom Tov is what was supposed to be. But it could be that it's going like Midra Rabbi Yochanan. It's an onesh which they still deserve because they're still in Golus. Okay. It's interesting here. It brings down in 165 Margolios. Margolios is a book. This sefer. Well, it used to be right here. I don't know where I put it, but there's a sefer from the Gaonim, which give. Oh, here it is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So it's also translated English on the other side. So this is the differences between Babylonian and Palestinian Jews with references to laws, customs, and ritual observances of Jews during the Gaonic period. So there's actually a sefer from the Gaonim, which Margolis is the one who wrote the commentary on. So evidently, somewhere in the sefer, Margolios writes, "Matzin shemnei eretz panula gola v'akasha shishmu Yom Tov Sheni." They asked Bnei Israel turned to go and ask them to keep Yom Tov Sheni, to keep keeping it. Ki davar zeh nosen yisoronu malo l'eretz Yisrael ha'goluyos. So the Bnei Israel decided they're going to stick it to the people in Chutz La'aretz, and they're going to keep their Mila. You guys over there, it wasn't really nice. But
it says page 35.
35? Yeah. Okay. He says that he wants to. I see. He wants to explain this Yerushalmi. Margolios is going to explain the Yerushalmi, and he's giving a logic for the Yerushalmi that this Yerushalmi was on the basis of the Kidavers and Nosen Yitorim Malo Eretz Goloyos. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's not explicit in the text.
What?
It's not anywhere explicit in the text.
No, it's not explicit text. It's
thin air.
Yeah.
More or less, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Where are we up to now?
Second paragraph. But Talmud Bavli.
Okay, Tom Bottom says based on Boras Chachmer Tzobaketa Katsar Shul Sugyas Tamis. Okay, so this is a short paragraph. V'hashta my time of dinan trei yoimei. Why do trade 2 days in Chutz La'aretz? Mishum the sholchu mitam they send right so yizor minag avosechem yadechem. The zimnin de gazre shmado v'asi l'chukulei. So here's the reason which the Bavli gives, which is the well-known reason, right? Which is that the things are going to go back to their broken status, which obviously, or evident, pretty obviously, refers to the Luach, right? So in the next paragraph is a shtickle of academic apicorsis, which we can skip, which is when I say apicorsis not literally but figuratively, when each line in this Gemara was put into the Gemara. You know, it could be some part of it is earlier and some part of it is later, but the only real change which he found, if you take a look at the next paragraph, first paragraph 579, there's one change which we find. In printings and most manuscripts and testimonies, okay, be careful of the minhag of your forefathers' hands. It says, Hizoru minhag avosechem b'yadechem. Okay, so there's no base. And Eitzel Miktsas, we have a certain Rishonim, Hizoru bachem minhag avosechem b'yadechem. Eitzel Miktsasam, Hizoru minhag avosechem b'li b'yadechem. V'yitzlech Hizoru minhag avosechem sheb'yadechem. Okay. Yitar Shavli Rishonim Eila Ein Edus Nusach Mamish Ela Paraphrasa, which translates to paraphrase. Yes, I don't think any of that makes a difference. Those are two minor differences to make a significant difference. Then he says, "B'shum for semisleim minhag avosechem b'yadechem, b'li hizaru." So this he wants to say is significant, right? Why does it say hizaru b'minhag avosechem b'yadechem? Why does our manuscript just say, minhag avosechem b'yadechem? Okay. But I'm not sure what he to make of it, and I don't think he makes of it anything either, because at the end of the paragraph it says, "V'lo barur," it's not clear, "Lama yamashmit es ateva yizoru, ilugoras yizoru." So, and then he says, we don't know how these Shnunus came about. And then he brings down, though, a different gear, so on page 580. Well, it's 1, 2, 3. You see that? So this is from a Teshuvah. It says in the paragraph before that, Shichsa b'sifrusa mechor el nachon Rav Haigon. So Rav Haigon wrote a Teshuvah in which the following lines appear as the Gemara in Beitzah. The Sholchlu Hashta, they sent now a message, now, from Chutz La'aretz Yisrael, Ani Adim B'kiv Li'archa Ma'olim Me'bar Chad Yoma, V'hadjulu Al Tishan Minig Avosechem Nochon Nefesh. Okay, Milsa Davdui Nevi'im Man Yochel Levatel. Oh, that's a major change. We don't have that in our Gemara. Milsa David and Nevi'im. Right? That's a big thing. Nevi'im, that alludes already to our Teshuvah, right?
Right.
It's not because Shemi the Yavsa Kukulo. It's because the Nevi'im were masaking it. Okay, so I think we'll stop here for today and we'll come back to this next week and see where the late takes us. Yeah.
This is the same Gemara that he just quoted a few minutes ago?
Yes, except this is how Rav Haigon quotes it.
Okay, yeah, so this is clearer.
Yeah.
The question is, the hashta the anan yadina v'kriyasa the yarcha ma'olam me'var chad yom. Okay. Say there.
And they said Milsa Davdoi Nevi'im Man Yochel Levatel. Again, that's totally against our Gemara, seemingly. Mm-hmm. and it seems to reflect the tshuva which we have in front of us. Okay, so we'll stop here, and the plot thickens.
Okay, straight.
Okay, talk to you next week.